All right, let's talk about Node.js. All right, so Node.js is it's just simply a means for, and it's an infrastructure that allows us to execute JavaScript on our desktop. Okay? Typically, when we think about JavaScript, we think about the program or the source code that's going to execute on the browser. Right? And that's for most part, that's true. Most JavaScript does run on the browser, but there's no reason why it cannot have also execute in our desktop environments. One might say, well, why would I want JavaScript there? So we see that JavaScript running on a browser has certainly you can do lots of things, right? You can render content dynamically, you can do network connections and whatnot to remote APIs, but it's also very limited, right? It doesn't have access to the file system, it doesn't have access to a database, it has some sort of security issues. So if you could have JavaScript also running on the server, we could have all sorts of additional access to a file system, unfeathered access to the network, right? Access to a database, and keep using the same language that we've come to love. And one of the other things is that what you might have noticed by using Java up to this point on the server is that there's quite a bit of transformation between having to transform the incoming HTTP requests from JavaScript, from JSON objects, converting them into Java, and then having to convert those Java objects back into some relational representation. Right? So there's at least two levels of interaction here, right? Of having to convert JSON to Java, and then Java to relational database, and then relational database to Java, and then Java back to JSON. Yes? Right? If we instead have JavaScript running everywhere, right, you wouldn't have to do the conversion, at least from the incoming HTTP request into the server side, right? You would at least skip that conversion because what's coming from the client is already JSON, and what you're expecting on the server would also be JSON. Right? So there would be very little impedance between these two worlds, right? Especially Java certainly is a much richer, has a much better set of data types, right? It's much richer than JavaScript. So if we could have the same dumb object representation on both sides, then we're good, right? There would be no unambiguous conversion between the two worlds. Yes. Later on, when we look at MongoDB, we're also going to do JSON on the database. Okay, and we're going to store these JSON objects that are coming from the client, unmodified, unchanged, literally storing it directly to a database. So we're going to be able to skip that second conversion, right? That second conversion that converts from a rich Java representation into a flat relational model. Yes, and having to annotate things as one-to-many, many-to-many, and say primary keys and foreign keys, and whether you're doing single table or multi-table or denormalized representation of inheritance. Right? We're going to remove all that because we're going to have JSON represented everywhere, right? Starting from the client, the middle tier, and the database. It's JSON everywhere, JavaScript everywhere. JavaScript is taking over the world. So that's going to allow us not to have to have those conversions between the different infrastructure. That makes sense? So that's where we're going. We're going to now not replace. We're going to add an additional middle tier. Right? We already have a Java middle tier, right, that we've been using for editing the course, by adding, removing, editing the course, modules, lessons, and whatnot. We're going to add a second middle tier. It's going to be a Node.js middle tier. It's going to have the same capabilities as our Java middle tier. Right? We're going to be able to send a get, post, put, delete. We're going to be able to create our mappings, URL mappings. Right? We're going to be able to execute code on the server side by hitting it with an incoming HTTP request. So same things we could do in Java, we're now going to be able to do in Node.js. It's just a different syntax and a different language, but pretty much the same. I would say it's just a little bit more powerful in that the in Java, the URLs that you declare, when you use the annotations, those URL are declared at compile time. Yes, you can declare those URLs using /API/courses. That's done at compile time, right? That's it. It's done. It's configured. In JavaScript, that URL is declared at runtime, not at compile time. That means that you could dynamically generate these URLs on the fly, okay? Along some really powerful features that we don't have in the RESTful controller. Okay? There are ways of doing it in Java, but they're not as easy as we will see in Node.js. And also the database will be very powerful. Unlike JPA is compile time, right? You annotate things, one to many, primary keys and whatnot. Also, those classes that you implement in Java, they are at compile time. You can't add or remove fields in a Java class. Yes, not so in JavaScript. JavaScript is dynamic. JavaScript is very simple to just add new fields, right? Or remove fields, rename fields. It's very dynamic. Right? All that is done at runtime, which maps really nice with MongoDB, right? That is also very dynamic. Right? You can have the schemas be very, very elastic. Right? You can add new fields, remove fields, change data types with very little validation. Which, if you're coming from a relational database, you would cringe at that and say, wait a minute, you're at runtime, you're changing the schema. Where's validation? Where's all this referential integrity and all that? So all that will go out the window, which could be powerful, but certainly can be very dangerous. So let's talk about Node.js. Oh, incidentally, we have been using Node.js all along, but mostly for hosting our React and our Angular applications. Yes, we haven't written anything in Node.js, so we're going to focus now on building these Node.js applications. Yes.
Would we be able to keep a Node.js backend while working with React frontend?
Oh, certainly. Yes. Yeah. So the application that we're building is going to have React still talking to Java. We're going to have Angular talking to Java, reading the courses, but also talking to Node.js. Nothing stops us from having React also talk to Node.js, certainly. But we're not going to go there. But certainly, there's nothing stopping us. It's just HTTP. It's just HTTP, right? Right. Okay. Let's play around with Node.